Hello. Hey.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We have a movie to review.
Yes.
We have a really interesting movie.
Right? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It kept my interest. I watched it.
Yeah, it kept our interest. I know it kept your interest. Until it didn't catch his interest. Then it caught his interest. Then it did. All right. The movie that we are reviewing this week is called what, Ant?
X.
And it was produced this year, 2022. Why do I keep thinking it's 2023? But it's 2022.
Because you're in the future.
I am.
With KRS-One.
Yes, at 3 a.m.
If you know, you know.
So, who produced the movie? Who directed it? Who's in this movie?
Buddy, I know.
But no, I know somebody. Oh, I think I know very well now. Someone who's in the movie very, very well.
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
He's in the movie. Mia Goth is in the movie.
Cudi. I'll tell you why in a few.
Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, Stephen Orr, Martin Henderson. I don't think that's his real name. I think his name is Martin McConaughey. Because that man looked just like Matthew McConaughey.
He was a McConaughey.
Yeah, he definitely
What did he say?
He was like, okay. And I was like, oh, I know him. He ain't really say that.
So
that's what I pictured him saying.
I heard him say it. Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
So the movie.
Owen Campbell.
Do you know any of these people other than Kid Cudi?
I don't really know him.
I do. Hi.
Name one of his songs. Name one Kid Cudi song.
My dingling.
You are the worst. You are the worst. Overview.
Woo! So the movie, X, and that's all it was. It was just X.
Yeah. It had me fooled. I thought we was watching something about Malcolm X. Wrong. Way wrong.
It was a brother in the movie.
Way wrong.
It was a brother in the movie.
And the sheriff was black too.
The sheriff was black.
There was a black sheriff in a white Texas town in the 70s.
Lies. We don't need that kind of inclusivity. Just tell the truth. So what happened is it started off where she was doing coke. That's all I remember, right?
Yeah, well, first start off with all the dead bodies and the sheriff standing there saying, hey, what happened here?
And then it said 25 years later, 24 hours later. Earlier.
And then you go back.
That's right.
It's they're in the convenience store in the van or whatever, right? They're in the van going to the convenience store.
And he takes a shot of him pumping the gas as if he's like pumping it with his penis. Because they're actually, that's what it is. They're going to a cabin to shoot.
They're going
a farm.
To a farm in rural Texas to shoot a porn movie.
And what did he say? An adult flick?
Yeah, whatever. Whatever they were.
So they drive up. They're filming a little bit, but however, the farmer Homer, the father, the man.
I swore his wife kept calling him Elmer through the movie.
Elmer.
That's what I was hearing, but I was reading the cast that said his name was what did it say his name was? Howard. Yeah.
Whatever. So they rented a one of like their cabins or one of their
they had
boarding house on their property. He didn't know he was bringing all these people. When he said all these people, it was mainly because Kid Cudi was there.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He looked at the black guy and he was like,
all these people. But anyway, they go in and they didn't tell the man that that's what they was here for, of course.
Of course not.
He says, please do not bother my wife. She's next door.
Yeah. And then he goes and drives to town because he got a pocket full of money now. So we don't know where he really went after that.
Yeah.
He's just happy to have a pocket full of money.
So when he leaves, they decide to start
filming right away.
And it was good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was good. But I mean, it's foreign. And the sound guy, the director, the camera guy's woman was the characters. It was 3 men, 3 women.
3 men, 3 women.
One was the star that was supposed to just have sex with all the women, and one was the producer, and one was the cameraman guy
who was actually directing as well. He was at least trying to.
But the mic girl, the boom lady, boom mic person, was the camera guy's girlfriend. She wasn't actually in the flicks.
One of the chicks was the producer's girlfriend, but she was in the flicks. And then the other chick was just
the girlfriend of the black guy, but not really because she said sometimes. So they do their one scene. The boom girl, she's interested a little bit. She's all into it.
Yeah, she went from being disgusted to being interested.
Yeah, especially if the girl wiped the stuff off her back and then threw it on the floor to it.
Yeah, that was
I had to say that. I wanted to say that because it was nasty.
Yeah, because you just wanted to say that because you nasty.
Sure did.
Because you wanted to say it and it was a nasty thing.
Help you, sir. Sorry. I cracked myself up. So they do that scene. They do another scene. The barn scene is with the girlfriend. Before then, the girl, she goes swimming in a lake. I don't know why people get in lakes that they don't know what's in there, because it could be mosquitoes, it can be leeches, it can be snakes, it can be alligators, crocodiles, wombats. Missing people. It can be the Loch Ness monster. It can be Noah's shark. But she goes swimming in this thing and she ends up getting out. But before she gets out, what's in there?
A big alligator that swam up and was that close to biting her. And she didn't even see it.
Didn't even see it.
But what I knew is that was foreshadowing. I said, oh, somebody's getting hit by that alligator, because otherwise we wouldn't have seen it.
And somebody did. But I'll tell you who in a moment. So she gets up, then they go into the barn, and she goes and she meets the old woman, because the old woman is out there and
they're
she's
watching them. Yeah, and she's like,
and she's gruesome.
Yeah, and what I realized, it was like really bad makeup, and there was a whole lot of it on the old people, and I'm like, why didn't they just get some old actors? And I'll tell you why later when I realized, that's why they didn't get old actors.
Okay, and this is a horror movie. Again, you can say that. Halloween. Horror. October. So she meets her, she goes in and she's like, shh, hey. She walks like Mr. Burns a little.
Yeah, it looked like him too.
It looked like him too, because she kind of bald and kind of
a bunch of little spots everywhere.
So she goes and they have lemonade, but she drinks the lemonade all the way down.
Real quick,
but it's filthy in the house. There's flies everywhere. It's filthy. So she gets out. She's getting ready to go. The lady showing a picture of her. The picture looks very similar of her, and she's dancing like,
Yeah, she's like, I used to be a dancer, and he married me before the First World War, and blah, 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 blah.
So, yeah. But while she's showing her another picture of her, she actually goes and touches her all in her almost in her private regions up top. The upper top private regions, not the lower bottom private regions. But she wanted to. And then she's like, oh, what are you doing, lady?
Yeah, and she runs away.
And then she runs away because the man comes
in. The husband comes in, then she runs out the back.
Elmer Howard comes in.
Yeah.
And so she runs out the back, she runs down, and then it's her scene that she has to do in a bar. Did a great job. She did a good job. No. Well, who's watching?
Yeah, the old lady came down, was watching, seen them doing the scene.
And she just was into it. She's a
nasty.
A voyeur.
Yeah, old perverted lady.
Voyeur. Nothing wrong with being a voyeur, though.
Old perverted lady. So anyway.
So the girl looks back, and I think she actually saw the lady, and they just do these kind of cinematic things going on. It reminds you, it's set like in the 70s, like you said, and it does these some cinematic flashbacks
almost like
cutaways.
It looked like it was trying to be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all that kind of stuff.
But they didn't pull it off that well.
No. That's why we're doing a review of it, because it's a B to Z movie.
Not
So after she does that, her scene, they get the other girl to get ready to do. They're all sitting around talking.
And they're talking about how great everything went. And that's when the boom mic girl says, "I want to do it."
And her boyfriend was like, "No." And she said, "Well, why can't I?" He said, "No." And they kept saying no.
And they went back and forth. And then, of course, Matthew McConaughey, the producer, he jumped in it. And he was like, hey, let your girlfriend do it, because she's going to do it anyway, so you might as well
let her do it.
Yeah.
So he lets her do it. No, she already in the room getting ready to do it. And then he just gets the camera, and as he's bringing the camera to his eyes,
he was crying. He was crying while he was recording. It was so funny. So,
see, that's not funny. You don't laugh at a man's pain. We support men.
I support. No, I learned.
Power to the men.
What happens to you is what you let happen to you.
So she does it. Then it cuts to a scene where he's taking a shower because he's the filthy one now, I guess.
And he's sitting there crying some more.
Crying. After the shower scene, he's leaving. He's like, I'm fed up with this. I'm gonna take the van. I got the keys. I'm leaving.
It's my van.
So he's driving and he runs into the old lady who's on the road.
Yeah, she almost runs over and he gets out and say, "Oh,
you need help, ma'am." And this is why you don't trust old people. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Don't trust them. And she gets really close to him.
Creepily close to him.
And she starts caressing him. And then she puts her face close to his face.
And he's like,
he's like, "Whoa, lady, back up." And she was like, "You don't like looking at me?" He was like, "No."
And then she stabs him in the neck.
Stabs him right in the neck. And he's like, and then he's going down. And she just gets on top of him.
And for the rest of the movie, it's gory.
Yeah, she gets on top of him like she's riding him. But her get off is just getting, and she stabs him so much that his, you gotta see it.
His head was coming off. I'm telling everybody. She stabbed him till his head, she stabbed him in the neck till his head came off, almost.
And she came.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell him that part. Yeah, that was nasty.
So, after that, she disappears. Yeah. She takes the keys out of the van.
So nobody can leave. Yeah.
His girlfriend, the one who was not his girlfriend anymore because he's dead, but he's leaving her anyway. Wakes up and starts looking for him. Asks Nathan McConaughey, the other McConaughey, to help him. He's in his drawers. He goes to help her and looks one way in the barn. She goes towards the house to find him. She runs into the old man. The old man basically puts her in.
He says, "Help me find my wife. She forgets stuff. She might fall into the pine. I need help. I need help." And he said, "I have one flashlight. It's another one in the basement on my workbench. Can you go get it?"
Yeah, so she goes down there. No, I'm not going down there.
No,
and then he locks her in the basement.
Yeah, he locks her in the basement.
So he goes off. Nick McConaughey goes in the barn.
Barn, yeah.
Farm barn.
He's looking for
and he's looking for
the guy
that's dead because he was helping a girl out.
Yeah.
And he steps on a rusty nail.
Yeah, and he was while he was walking around on the farm in his drawers. He didn't put no shoes on, no nothing.
He was Nick McConaughey.
Yeah, so he got his nail through his foot, so he pulled that out, and then blood gushing everywhere out his foot.
And he's looking around like, "Where are you, guy?" And it's these glory holes that's on the side. It's not glory
holes. It's the holes to open the barn, and he peeks through.
Glory holes. There was 3 holes at the bottom and 3 at the top. I know what that was for.
Sorry, nasty lady.
Nah, I don't know. I don't personally know.
No. Too late
I don't go to barns, and I don't put it on the farm, and I don't do glory holes. Hey, where did this just go to?
You said it.
Let's get back on topic. He was looking through some glory holes in the farm barn, and the lady shoved the his eyes, and he died.
Yeah, his eyes came out and everything.
Yeah, and then she covered him up with hay.
Yeah, like he was cold.
That was sweet. That was really sweet of her. And then what happens? Who dies next? So there's 2 dead, 1 locked up in the basement.
No, it's 3 dead now, ain't it?
Barn, neck, girl in the basement.
Yeah. There's 3 people.
So he goes to the house and a black guy. Black guy's butt naked when he comes to the door to see the man. And when he comes to the door, he asks the man if he needs his help. And the man's like, "Hey," and in this door, the frame, the butt naked man, in between his legs, whew, oh Nelly. And then it jumps. Praise.
I don't know that you can put that on YouTube.
Praise. I just need a moment of silence. All right, let's just keep talking. Just go on, because I just got stuck somewhere.
Anyway, so then he go put on some clothes, and they go down to the pond to look for his wife.
Yes.
And the black guy's an ex-Marine, so he's like, "Oh, once a Marine, always a Marine. I don't need a flashlight, blah, 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 blah. I'm big, black, and tough."
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, so...
All right, so he goes to the pond.
One goes to the left side of the pond, the other one goes to the right side of the pond.
Yes, and he finds a car inside the pond.
Yeah. We forgot to tell you, when he locked the girl in the basement, when she finally turned the light on in the basement, it's a dude strung up in there.
With his pants down. So that old lady was doing something to his wee-wee.
Yeah, or that old man, one of them was.
No, because he can't do nothing. Because remember in the beginning, she wanted to get something.
He just said his heart.
My heart.
He was like, "My heart."
You know, my heart. And she was like, and she put all her little blue makeup on and stuff, and then she was looking, horrible. Bless your heart. But then, so they found the car, and that must have been the naked guy that they was doing unmentionable things to in that basement.
Yeah. But anyway, so he comes back around the other side to where the old guy was. But the old guy had flashlight, so he was following the flashlight. And he was like, "How'd you get way in there?" And he follows the flashlight in, and turns out it was a trap. The old guy was behind him with the shotgun.
And just turned around and said, "Pow!"
Yeah.
Right in the chest.
Yeah. He probably had the easiest death. He didn't bleed
did.
out. He didn't get like stuck in the eyeball or his head chopped off or nothing. He took it.
Yeah. Took it like a Marine.
Yeah. All right.
Three dead. One locked in the basement. 2 to go.
Yeah.
The blonde hair woman, main lady of the porn, and the chick who got touched on.
Yeah, the second lady in the porn.
Yes. So, is that when the gross lady get in the bed? Oh, the lady gets in the bed with the other girl because I believe she kind of familiar with her and she liked her more.
Yeah, it was something about her she liked. It was the one she gave the lemonade to.
Yeah.
And after like
did she surfboard her too, like on Beyonce? She did surfboard her. She almost surfboard her in that bed, like how Beyonce said on her Lemonade album. Lemonade. Connection to surfboard in the bed. She did it to her. What happened, Anthony?
What are you talking about?
It's
you just confused me with that randomness.
What did the lady do to her?
She was spooning her and kissing her neck and rubbing on her because she didn't realize it was her. She thought it was Matthew McConaughey who came back from being outside. And then she rolled over and looked, and it was the old lady.
And then she was like, and the old lady just gets up out of the bed.
like it wasn't nothing.
She just gets up and then the blonde hair girl come out. The old lady just walks out all butt naked right out. Like, what? Excuse me?
And that's why they had to get young people and put all this prosthetic makeup on them to play these old people because they got to run around.
They got to move fast.
And they move in wave. It's funny how some scenes they like this and other scenes they like this. So
it's like Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But, so she leaves butt naked out there.
Yeah, and it was just weird. It's just could you imagine like an 80-year-old butt naked lady just running?
Everything's sagging.
Yeah. And they show.
And they had liver spots. Well, they liver spots, which is.
It's just spots in general. I don't know. All
right, so the blonde hair girl goes out and it looks like mold. The blonde hair girl goes to the pier and she sees the old lady butt naked.
And then she goes and tries to wrap a blanket around her and try to comfort her. And she thinks she's like having some kind of dementia episode or whatever.
Yeah,
she said the same thing happened to my grandma.
Let's get you a nurse.
And yeah, she didn't think she thought the old lady got confused and got in the wrong bed with the wrong person. And she didn't realize this old lady was just nasty doing this stuff. Yeah.
So she said, "I'll get you a nurse." And she said, "Oh, what?"
She said, "I don't need no nurse." Yeah, yeah.
And she said, "B, you ain't got to hit me like that." And she said, "I'm gonna leave you out here." Then you dirty. She pushes her head. And then she looks over and she said, "Bitch."
Yep. And then that's when the alligator come and bite her head.
And right in the head. It like came and got a sideways head.
Yeah, she was sitting there like.
She's like, "No, you."
Yeah. But we seen that coming.
Yeah. And it did that, and you could see the blood and him twisting her around and all that stuff. Because that's what alligators do.
That's what.
So she leaves. There's only 2 left. Basement girl and the
girl who turned out to be the protagonist. Yeah.
So basement girl finally gets an axe and she tries to get out.
Yeah. And as she breaks through the door, the old man is coming back.
Yeah, and she tries to move the lock and he bangs the mess out of her hands to the bone coming out.
Yeah, till her fingers all.
I would have chopped his little butt up.
Yeah. Yeah, because she did.
She had an axe. And then,
but I guess she couldn't swing it no more because the finger was hanging off.
Oh, you with your toes. But anyway, so, not my toes, I'm thinking of. Yeah, she did have another hand. So what happened after that? He tells her to go back in the basement. She gets back in the basement.
Because she's scared now.
The old woman gets with the old man. No, they're still in the room.
No, they're looking for the other girl, the one who they really wanted in the first place.
Yes, so they go back
to
the boarding
house thing. Yeah.
So they're looking around for her, and it appears that she went out the
window or whatever, but she did.
So she's like, "Oh, Elma Howard,
whatever.
Do you love me?" And he said, "Of course I love you." "And my beautiful Elma Howard?" He said, "Of course." And she said, "But I'm old." He said, "Oh, shucks, child, no you ain't." And she said, "Oh, well,
and then
do me, Elma. Do me, Elma Howard.
Nasty.
Do me." He said, no, not because you know my heart can't take it. She said, F that heart, Elmer Howard. And then he didn't even take his whole pants off. It's like, oh. And she's like, Elmer.
And that's when we realized the girl's under the bed while they doing it.
And she's just like, oh.
Yeah, and she crawls out.
And gets downstairs.
Yeah, where she...
Then she finds the other girl.
Yeah, she runs because she's trying to get out and she realizes there's no keys in the van. So she goes and she's looking for keys and then she finds the other girl in the basement.
Yeah, and she's like, shh, be quiet. She's like, I ain't gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be on line one. I hate you. You ain't nothing.
Y'all made me come here. And all this stuff happened.
Yeah. So she runs out, and as soon as she runs out, she didn't even step on the first step. It said, boom, blew right up.
Yeah.
Bam. Damn shame what they did to that dog. But then, so she runs upstairs.
Or back in another room. I don't know.
She ran. Where did she go? She stayed in the other room, and then because they was dragging the body.
Yeah, because they say that we got to bring her in the house because if somebody come looking for her, it's trespassing if she's in the house. Yeah,
and then we'll get rid of them in the swamp with the alligators.
Yeah, if nobody comes looking tomorrow, we'll take her to the swamp and let the alligators.
Because they do that often, I guess.
Yeah, whoever comes to their boarding house, they rape them and kill them, I guess.
Yes. Well, she rapes him because his heart.
He kills him, yeah.
And
because he can't do it to her no more because his heart bad.
Yeah, so he's pulling her and he's like, oh, she's heavy. And then she goes like this. And he said, ah!
Had a heart attack, yeah, because she wasn't quite dead. And it was funny because he just drops dead. And she goes,
oh, Howard.
And
his head goes like this. And she's like, no, help. He's having a heart attack. She said, babe, I don't care. He having a heart attack.
Yeah, because the other chick come out. Yeah, she's like, I don't care if he having a heart attack.
With a gun, because she took the gun out the car.
She took the gun out the car. That's right. She had a revolver.
And so she's like, I don't care. You gonna tell me where the keys are? She go get the keys. She come back. It's the shotgun's still on the ground.
Yeah. And she got the old lady under the 38.
And she goes to shoot the old lady, but ain't no bullets.
Ain't no bullets in it. She's like,
so the old lady goes to shoot and pick up that joint. She's like, what?
And then she pull it up. The girl jumps on the ground like, ah.
But then she shoot it. And then she started her too.
And the kickback from the gun
pushes the old lady
out the door, off the porch.
Through the screen door.
And she breaks her hip.
She said it made her butt bigger though. The hip placement got placed somewhere where it made her butt big because she had no ass.
But the way she was laying, all of a sudden,
it's like, oh, she should have had a broke hip all the time, her whole life. But so she goes, she's still alive. The girl goes out and she's like, help me. And she's like, no, B. Yeah. And then she gets in the car.
And the woman yells something.
You dirty slut. Oh, no. Back to the TV.
Yeah, we got to go back because throughout the whole thing, more foreshadowing. Everybody's watching this televangelist.
Who's telling that you can be this and be divine and don't let nobody take your dreams away from you or something.
And right after she's leaving the house as the lady's hip is broken, everything else.
She's telling her, you whore, you slut, and all the time, you can't be anything, you can't be a porn star. And she's like, I'm going to be the best porn star.
And flashes back to the TV and you see the preacher and he's talking about his daughter who ran away and he pulls this curtain off of this picture and it's the girl.
That's her. So she was a divine porn star.
Well, her daddy was...
He baptized her and then she's a baptized porn star.
Whatever. But anyway, so... she's leaving to go. She finally get in the truck and leaving, and her and the old lady yelling at each other, and the old lady's crawling after her, kind of. Mm-hmm. And she looked back and see the old lady crawling after, so she threw the truck in reverse and runs the old lady's head over.
You can see it crush like a pumpkin, and then she go back over, and then more stuff come out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And then the credits roll like a
then the cops come.
Oh, the cops come.
He's like, I don't know, look, what the hell you want me to do?
And then they find the camera and say, "What you think's on here?"
When they watch that camera.
Yeah, we don't get to see them watch the camera, but they'd have been surprised, like, "Ooh."
Mm-hmm. They would have forgot about that case. But that was the movie X.
Yes.
What do we want? Okay, it was cool. It was alright. It was cool.
Better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, weird.
And it was suggested by one of you.
Yes, one of you. Appreciate that. We love the suggestions. And it was a great suggestion for Halloween month.
Yep.
The next one that we are reviewing is connected to this movie. It is their prequel. And what's the name of the prequel?
W.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's what comes before X.
It would make sense, right? But the prequel is named Pearl. I believe it's Pearl, but if I am wrong, you will see the prequel next week being reviewed and the baby have another name.
Yeah, because we don't know.
Oh, we don't.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
There's a lot of things we don't know. Yeah. But we do know this. We're happy that you're subscribing to us. You're watching us, giving us suggestions, leave comments. And do you got anything else to say to the people?
See you next time.
We got to do that after we do
That's what I was transitioning into.
All
that.
right.
So you were supposed to
So
jump
this is
in
from
with me.
B to Z.
No A's allowed.
See you next
Movie.
movie.